At first glance, it seems there's nothing extraordinary about the camera that's tracking me as I head into a business in Green Township.
All right, Todd, here you go walking down the sidewalk right here.
But Eric Konevsky says the cameras his company installs can, in a matter of seconds, create a composite image of my face.
We're actually picking up your face right here, which will then go into a facial recognition database in our system.
That database can compare my face to images in other databases that track criminal behavior.
What we can do is we can search various databases to find out if you're a dangerous person, and then you can within seconds know who's walking through your building.
Konevsky says his company, Turnkey Technology, has installed facial recognition cameras that deliver real-time updates in a handful of schools in Cincinnati. For security reasons, he declined to name the schools, but said the cameras are designed with security in mind.
Just not letting strangers into the building. Also being able to lock it down if they need to, if an emergency was to happen.
Because the cameras store most of their data in the cloud, school officials faced with an emergency could instantly share live video with their security team and police officers.
To get live feeds through a text or a push notification really gives a lot safer environment for the students and for the parents.
Watch as I act as if I'm up to no good inside this warehouse. I try to be evasive as I pick up a package that doesn't belong to me. But in Konevsky's mind, I've already been busted.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to capture some of your facial features right there to figure out who you are and why you're in our warehouse. And then we'll be able to identify you based on what you were wearing, time of day.
As if to seal my fate, Konevsky adds one of my public social media profile pictures to his system and scores a match almost instantly.
There you are. So based off of this picture, it's finding every event and every part of the property that you were walking on.
Using filters, the cameras distinguish between cars, colored in yellow, and people, highlighted in green. The camera software can also locate footage of one specific kind of vehicle among dozens of vehicles and thousands of video frames.
And then what's going to happen here, it's going to pull up all the footage of when a white Lexus SUV entered the parking lot.
Given the ability to do such precise searches, I asked Konevsky what clients think when he explains what these cameras can do.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't even know that this technology exists right now. So when they see this, it blows them away.
On average, Turnkey Technology charges about $1,000 per camera, but Eric Konevsky says schools can use federal grant money and that price typically comes down. He says one facial recognition camera can cover more ground than a traditional security camera. Pretty amazing stuff, guys.
I'm blown away by this. Anytime, of course, we talk about cameras, security cameras, there are always those people who question privacy concerns. Was that part of the conversation?
Absolutely, Cherie. Talk to Eric Konevsky if privacy concerns come up when he's talking to local school leaders who are interested in installing this facial recognition system. He told me it's not really been a focal point at this time, but the main thing school leaders are worried about right now is how best to protect their students. Although, that certainly could be something we start to talk about on down the road.
They show this off in television shows that we watch, and we say, this isn't real. Well, guess what? It is.
And, the first time we saw this, it took about an hour for Chief Photographer Ron Schmidt and I to understand what it was. To your point, you see it on TV, but it's a lot different in person.
Thanks for bringing it to life for us here on the news.